and get started. It's 5:30. I'd like to welcome all of our guests to our monthly board meeting for May. If everyone at this time, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. If everyone at this time would join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, we are down to approving our agenda. Are there any additions to our agenda tonight? If not, I'll need a motion to approve the agenda. Have a motion by Mr. Johar, second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of approving our agenda, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll move down now to recognitions with Ms. Embry.
Thank you, and good evening, board members and all you guests out there. I have some exciting and very special recognitions to present to you all tonight. There's four of them, and they're all for employees across our school district. So I'm going to start with our Madisonville Community College, together with Murray State University, go Jan, have named the 2026 Excellence in Teaching Award recipients. Just to remind you that the purpose of this award is to recognize quality teaching in schools and to strengthen the field of education. Two outstanding individuals from our district were nominated and they were named last month. And during our April board meeting, Madisonville Community College hosted a very nice ceremony for them, so they were there. So we're doing our recognition here tonight. So as I call your name, I do believe both of our people are here tonight. I'm going to ask Ms. Orr if you will come and stand, and I have a award to give. So first we have, representing the elementary school level, is Ms. Jacqueline Murphy from Greenville Elementary. And then representing our middle school level is Mr. Josh Stewart. That is quite an honor to be nominated, so congratulations to both Mr. Stewart and Ms. Murphy. Our next recognition goes to an employee who is nominated as the Substitute Teacher of the Year. This is a new award that we have created within the district. The Substitute Teacher of the Year award recognizes an outstanding substitute teacher who has demonstrated exceptional flexibility, professionalism, and dedication in serving our schools. This award honors all individuals who step into the classroom with confidence, creates a positive learning environment, and ensures that teaching and learning continues seamlessly. Their reliability, adaptability, and commitment to students and staff make them an invaluable part of our school community. So I want you to listen to what the nominations said about this individual. She is described by teachers as one who is truly the best of, consistently stepping into Greenville Elementary and fitting right in as if she were part of the staff every day. Colleagues described her as a bright light who shows up, works hard, and does whatever is needed with patience, positivity, and a genuine love for students. She builds strong connections, follows classroom plans with care, and creates a supportive environment where students feel comfortable and ready to learn. Through her reliability, flexibility, and dedication, she goes above and beyond, making a positive difference in every classroom she serves. Please join me in congratulating our 2025-2026 Substitute Teacher of the Year, Ms. Robin Osborne. recognition for the night. And I think there's a few fan club people here for her. That's right. Our final recognition of the night goes to a bus driver who faced a very scary moment while running her route one morning. As you know, we had a school bus accident on May the 8th involving one of our district buses driven by Miss Alex Miller. An oncoming vehicle crossed the middle line and hit the bus, forcing it off the road. Miss Miller made every effort to keep the students safe and followed proper procedures once the bus was in park. Our students immediately put into practice the steps they had been trained to do through bus evacuation drills, and everyone exited safely. We are thankful to report that all middle and high school students in that route, along with the bus driver, safely evacuated the bus, and there were only minor injuries reported. From initial impact, Miss Miller remained calm and did an excellent job during this scary event. Her actions demonstrated each of our Profile the Learner competencies. So we would like to present Miss Miller with a certificate of recognition at this time. So please join me in congratulating Miss We have asked Ms. Kim Dukes to present that as Transportation Director. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And do you all mind to stand up and hold your pom-poms again? I'll do it. I'll do it. With these pom-poms. You'll come over and stand in front of me. I love it. You're a great cheerleader over there.
Cheerleaders every month.
I'm picking transportation every month because
They know how to party.
yes, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to invite anyone that was with recognitions to meet me out, and we'll take some more pictures out in the lobby or probably outside.
Yep. Hot bumpy.
Ladies, you're welcome to have a seat. Ladies, you're welcome to have a seat. You're welcome.
They're taking pictures outside. She said she wants to take pictures? Oh, okay. I thought she was looking for pictures.
Seat, John. Yeah. Unless there's a paper on it, it's okay. It's fine. There's 2 down here, too. There is one more.
Okay, we'll move down now to our treasurer's report. Mr. Browning.
Alright. Get that the PowerPoint here. Alright.
Bank balance month end was 27.4 million. And like I said, the reason we went over the last couple of months, but that's just because there was some bond revenue. But you'll start to see that kind of come down as that is spent. As far as revenues, it's about as standard of a month as you can get, 2.2 in the general fund. And you can see the other funds there as well. Same on expenses. There wasn't any out of the ordinary expenses, 3.3 million expenses general fund there. You can see everything else listed on that as well. As far as the general fund breakdown, 73% SEEK funded at this time, and I added the labels. So thank you. Hopefully that makes it easier. But anyway, so 73% SEEK funded, which, like I said, 75, somewhere in there. That's about normal around this time of the year. And same thing on the expenses. 51% instruction. That's about what you're going to get on a normal month there. And you can see how everything else is split up there. Any questions on that?
Any questions on the treasurer's report?
Can I ask that, about SEEK funding, are we about the normal rate that we usually are, or is it less?
Yeah, it's about normal. I mean, obviously it's going to depend on,
Well, yeah.
But it's about what it is, like, it's about normal for
Yeah, I mean,
the
yeah.
past.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Any other questions? I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Yance. Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of approving the treasurer's report, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hear none. And payment of bills and salaries.
All right. Like I said, for this time, it's about normal. For general fund, 178,000 there, and the only notable bill came out of the construction fund, and that was Premium Sports Lighting for the field house. That was just kind of finishing up it was the second payment for that, so the second installment there.
What is that daycare?
Yeah, food service and daycare.
Yeah, why is it such a small amount?
That's just going to be bills. Like it's going to be anything like non-salary for that.
Okay.
So that's why it's so small.
Okay.
Any other questions? Mr. Gilhard, got a motion for payment of bills and salaries.
Also, this is up through this to the point in this month.
Got it.
So they might, like, it just depends whenever the bigger bills are paid, but that's just up to this point.
Thank you.
Motion by you. Okay, motion by Mr. Gilhard.
Second.
Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of paying bills and salaries, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hear none. Okay, thank you. And then for public participation, do you want to read a statement? Can we do that now?
Do we have any?
Do we have participation?
Yes.
Ms. Glasgow? Okay, hi. So what is your topic that you're wanting to speak on?
I want to speak on behalf of Sarah Glasgow.
Okay. Tonight, we have a lot of items on our agenda, so our superintendent, I think we know why you guys are here. So our superintendent has a statement that's gonna kind of cover Sarah and the graduation. And due to time constraints, we have a lot of things on our agenda tonight, but we appreciate you all coming, and I just want you all to hear our statement that we have, okay?
Could I say something, please?
No, during public participation, we can't allow, you have to sign up. We have a policy for the school board that you have to call, I think it's 3 days in advance, and it has to be an agenda item, and if it's not, then it has to have special approval from the board to speak.
You have a public participation piece of paper.
Yes, but there's a policy that goes
And
with
the young
this.
lady signed it. And
But there's
she's
a
not going to get the ability to speak. Thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
At our upcoming upcoming graduation, the high school will take a moment to honor a graduate who has been involved in a serious automobile accident and is unable to attend this important day. The school has offered to allow a fellow graduate to accept her diploma on her behalf to honor this graduate's achievement. We ask that our community continue to keep our classmate and her family in our thoughts and prayers as she focuses on healing. Her diploma will be hand-delivered to her at a later date.
Thank you. So we'll move down now to our administrative report, and I'll turn this over to Ms. Orr again for the superintendent report.
Okay, so I have Muhlenberg Achieves, Ms. Green and Ms. Evans here to speak for us to talk about Muhlenberg Achieves.
Good evening, as we have a presentation pulled up here.
We want to start off by thanking you all for giving us the opportunity to come in and speak on our programs. Rachel and I encompass two huge programs now. We started off in a different capacity than where we are now, and so we are super excited to come in front of you all and talk about these programs. I was telling a few of you beforehand that I think we have like 30-some slides, and I said, don't worry, I'm not going to go through all of them. But I do want to say this year has been very exciting, and you can see by some of the pictures that are on here, we've had some really good experiences with college tours and such. Our focus areas this year are pretty broad, so what I would like to do, if you all don't mind, I'm going to just breeze through the Muhlenberg Achieves overarching program, and then I'll let Rachel speak on Ignite in the middle school program. And then for follow-up, I would like to email you all the Muhlenberg Achieves part of the report, because there's some data and some statistics and stuff in there that I would like for you all to have access to, but I don't want to go through, all of the areas that you see listed here. We would be here for a while. But I do want to show a couple of my favorites. So this year, we, for the first time, we expanded our college tours down to the junior level. So Rachel and I combined, we have taken 21 college tours this school year. We could probably enroll anybody anywhere in the state of Kentucky at this point. But we, this year, after speaking with the administration at the high school, we decided that we would go ahead and do seniors in the fall, as we've always done, and then we did juniors in the spring and discussed the nature of getting younger grades started in the process of taking campus tours and thinking about college enrollment. Generally, by the time they get to their senior year, they have a pretty good idea of what they're doing, where they're going. So we started at our junior year. Just a couple of pictures, make sure we get Murray in here. Go Jan. So you'll see by our statistics here, we had 53 students that toured. This was last year's class. We had 53 students that toured and 22 of those students enrolled. You can see by the numbers, we had 41 seniors go in the fall, and then we took 72 juniors to Murray in the spring. So we are very excited to come back and update the numbers after this year. UK, also big tours. Last year's class, we had 51 that toured and 9 enrolled. Then this year in the fall, we took 41 seniors. And I wish I'd put my glasses on. 62 juniors attended. I know. And so that one's another one that we will be excited to come back and update you guys. Louisville, we took 33 juniors and 33 seniors and 53 juniors.
You want to publicly apologize for...
I'm not happy.
We are, and so is Mr. Raker. So it seems that administrators whose children we take to Louisville for a college tour then enroll at Louisville. And I promise we're not intentionally saying or doing, because Rachel graduated from Murray and I graduated from Western Kentucky University. We took 60 juniors seniors this year and 75 juniors. That was one tour. Rachel and I and two other chaperones with 75 juniors toured the campus of Western Kentucky University. And for anybody that's not familiar, it is a climb. So we are, again, very excited to come back, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, we have a ton of numbers that we can't wait to share with you all. FAFSA enrollment is the highest overall in the state, but Muhlenberg County, it's exceptional. So I'm really excited to get all of this information to you all. So I'm gonna literally just hand this over to, I'm just kidding. This picture, y'all, you see, we went to the Workforce Solutions and did the lineman tour. They, when we go to Workforce Solutions, they learn or get to tour with the lineman program, CDL, diesel mechanic, and small engine repair. And so then the third picture from the left, the second from the right, that's the boys that we took. We worked out an agreement with the Workforce Solutions program. It used to be that you could take seniors and there was a 2-year waiting list. And I approached Mike Davenport, who was the director a couple of years ago, and said, could I possibly bring juniors, let them start the paperwork and begin the enrollment process so that by the time they graduate, they've passed the 2 years. So that's what we started doing, so that when they graduate, they're able to go straight into the program instead of the 2-year waiting program. And so when we did Decision Day, which is on here, when we did Decision Day, we recognized 3 seniors who are now going to be, once they complete graduation, they'll start in June at the Workforce Solutions for the lineman program. So I'm going to hand it over to you.
So, we'll get through some of this. We just did our board presentation for the Felix Martin Foundation last week, so we were both happy to. That looks super motivated.
There's your son completing his FAFSA in his Superman costume, because nothing could deter them from college prep.
So like Lisa mentioned, Muhlenberg Achieves and Ignite have grown into 2 really large programs, which means we're each other's assistants. So together this year we have done 105 student or community-facing events. Those are ones that we plan and implement ourselves, plus the 21 college tours. So we have been really busy, but great problems of prosperity, right? We've had record participation with both programs. We're really proud of that. So just getting straight into Ignite. Ignite is a middle school program for a cohort of students. High potential students, but maybe need some extra support. And we work on helping them to build a work ethic, explore college and career options, and then help them develop the soft skills and the real world things that they need to be successful. Our ultimate goal is obviously for them to go to college or find a career that's fulfilling and be good citizens. But we've also learned now that we're going into our 5th year is that these things also enrich their lives and help them to be better citizens today, help them be better in school, and really boost their confidence. And we also have a lot of data to back that up, and we're always happy to meet one-on-one or send this out individually. Some key successes this year, again, is a high participation and retention. We've retained almost 100% of our students this year. Participation in things like job shadowing, our work days, and our monthly field trips is phenomenal. So one of the great things about Ignite is that they do get paid work experiences. So our students, they job shadow once or twice a year, and then all throughout the year, they do community service type work events like cleaning up on the Railswood trails, like working at banquets. We worked at Hope to All in the Humane Society, and they get paid for these things. They're able to spend their money or save it. We've also added donating to charity this year. So our students recently worked at the Humane Society almost a whole Saturday, and they had the option to donate some of their earnings towards adoption fees. And I was completely blown away. They chose to donate over $500, $554 to be exact, towards adoption fees. And so I'm really proud of them for that. The work days that we do are community service based, but for them to actually give back and not do it for their own gain was really, really great for me to see. They really have a heart for it. this year. That's over 300 more than last year. And these are out-of-school events. So they're spending their weekends, their holidays, their evenings to come do these things. Also, to go with that this year, we have added a program vehicle. We got this vehicle back in mid-March, I believe. And the main reason we want this, with the 105 events, we do a lot of running to plan and implement those, but we transport a lot of students in both programs. And that was really our main motivator in getting one. You see this on the left side, this was a tour that we did at Western Kentucky University. So we took 75 to Western in that one trip, and we just didn't have room for a few, but we were not going to leave them out. So we actually booked a semi-private tour at Western, and we drove them in our vehicle, and we did stop at Step Brook, as you see there. And Ignite has used the vehicle to transport students for every single work event that we've had since we've had it, which is about 6 events, I believe, and we have 2 more next week. The photo is from our Humane Society Day. So again, and these kids are wonderful, but they live out in the boonies. One kid said, I live out in the sticks and you live out in the middle of nowhere, and they were being silly. But the route to pick all of them up was about 2 hours. So, we spent about 2 hours picking them all up and dropping them off. But these kids were willing to take their Saturday and take the long trip and, donate their time and do the work for the Humane Society, and they all donated their earnings for the day. So if they're willing to do the work, we're definitely willing to transport them to take our days off to do that. Because these are students that don't have that opportunity. So we are able to give students opportunities that they wouldn't have otherwise for reasons beyond their control. We're really just trying to level the playing field for students that have barriers like transportation. So I think this is all I have. We've had a great year, and again, we will be thrilled to answer any questions or send any follow-ups.
Looking forward to getting the PowerPoint. Thank you.
Thank you
all
so
very
much.
So, the construction update, I printed that off, and you all have a copy of that, and I'm going through the different construction things and the DFP process. So, figured I would save some time and let you all be able to read that. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. And attendance.
Oh, okay. I'm glad she told me that because I usually skip over somebody. All right, so now we're down to our attendance and enrollment report. Mr. Watkins.
Good afternoon, Chairman Rager, board members. Kind of crazy to think that we're in the last month of school, last few days. I kind of remember being up here the first month talking about attendance and enrollment. But month 9, of course, is our last month of attendance. The month 10 is just a few days. So month 9 was 4/21 through Monday. Our attendance percentage for the month was 93.5%. So that's another good month for us as far as attendance. And then our enrollment was 4,058, so down a couple students. Our leader for attendance this month was Central City Elementary at almost 95%, and Muhlenberg County Middle School at 93%. And that is our month 9 attendance and enrollment report.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so our personnel actions have been put in our folders, or scanned in. We're down now to our board action items, and we have a lot. So item A is to consider fiscal year 27 workers' comp insurance through KEMI.
All right. Quite a few here. But so the workers' comp insurance through KEMI, it's a lot easier to get bids workers' comp than it is like property and liability. So we got quite a few that came in on that. And KEMI is just, it's going to be a renewal, and they came in pretty quick.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering the workers' comp insurance, please say aye. to consider the 2026-2027 tentative budget.
So this, of course, as you're aware, you have the draft, tentative, and the working, so this is kind of the second in the budget cycle. This budget, the main things that were changed, that we knew all the salary, what we're going to do with salary as far as increases, so all that is reflected in this, and that'll be on that report on the right-hand side. You'll be able to see the change and everything there, so that'll be a 2% increase in certified codes, 5% increase in classified. It was kind of an average because that was the dollar raise, not a percent, so I just kind of averaged that out over that. And then a 7% increase to your benefit codes. This also includes our SEEK forecast amount, which just came out, but that's kind of, it's kind of like the draft budget. SEEK, it comes in 3 cycles. You get your forecast, your tentative, your final. So that won't be the final number. It's just kind of an estimate that we put in here, but you'll see that reflected on the tentative budget as well. This includes the beginning balance of $24 million, and the on-behalf payments is $13.6 million. So those are, of course, those are just kind of wash. The on-behalf payments, we just have to report it in our financials, but it kind of, I always look at it as kind of inflates it a little bit more than what it should. So whenever I'm budgeting, I just kind of consider that as a wash and don't really include that in my thinking. And it also includes any other known expenses as well as anything like that we're looking at tonight as far as insurance, anything that has changed on that. I went ahead and included that, and if there's any change on that, then we'll reflect that in the working budget. Any questions on that?
Any questions? Need a motion to consider the tentative budget.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Porter and Ms. Shantz. All in favor of considering the tentative budget, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item C is to consider purchasing 2 tradesman regular cab 4x4 trucks for the maintenance department.
So they are requesting 2 trucks due to the aging, the current ones that they have, and the price for each will be a little over $50,000. That's also including the bed toppers for that, and this will be through Poe.
What are you gonna do with the old one?
Probably surplus. That probably will be our best bang for our buck there on that rather than trade it.
A motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of considering the purchase of 2 tradesman vehicles for maintenance, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Item D is to consider the 2026-2027 insurance with Liberty Mutual.
So unlike the workers' comp, it's very difficult to get multiple bids on property and liability insurance, but Liberty did quote us, and this would be a renewal as well. And compared it to other districts and what I've been here in the insurance world, we have a 12% increase, which isn't bad compared to where a lot of it's
How many bids do you have?
Liberty.
How many bids do you had altogether?
Altogether, Liberty is the only bid that we received, because EMC is the one that I was used to dealing with. They won't bid because it's hard to get it in Western Kentucky with the increase of just wind and hail and everything. But Liberty is that's the only bid that we were able to come across, and with the 12% increase, as compared to what else I'm saying, that's not bad.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Yantz. All in favor of considering the 2027 insurance with Liberty Mutual, please say aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item E is to consider the fiscal year 27 principals combining budget.
So this item is just a yearly approval, just to approve all of the budgets for the school and their different accounts that are the red accounts.
A motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of considering the principals combining budget, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Item F is to consider annual KDE audit contract with Carr Riggs and Ingram.
So this is another yearly that we have to do. It's just the contract for the audit. We do that yearly, and price for the upcoming audit that we would have would be $45,000.
I'll make a motion. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering the annual KDE audit contract with Carr Riggs and Ingram, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item G is to consider amending the 25-26 salary schedule for summer feeding.
Yes. This is for the current year. We already have this item in place for the 26-27 because summer feeding starts in June. We needed to reflect that for the June as well. So that the only change there is to add the 25 per hour for the summer feeding.
Motion by Mr. Porter. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of considering amending the salary schedule for the summer feeding, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. We're down now to item H. Consider amending the 26-27 salary schedule.
And this one will be for next year's salary schedule, and it's just adding 4 positions to the multiplier. Due to request of the Felix Martin Foundation, that will be fully funded by them for that. And it also has a change on it to reflect a 2% raise for substitutes.
Questions? I'll make a motion to approve. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering amending the 26-27 salary schedule, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. That's it?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
You're gonna be here for an hour.
Item I is to consider the 26-27 certified evaluation plan, Mr. Lau.
Thank you, Chairman Rager, board members. So this is our updated CEP. It's that time of year again. And there were a few more changes than there have been in the past. The date will be changed, obviously, to reflect the current school year. Grant Sharp, Holly Parsons, and Nika Ball will be listed as new members. They'll replace other members who have either retired or resigned. This year, we did send this to our lawyer just to review. It's been several years since we did that, so we have sent that to them, North Regina, and so we have updated our roles and definitions that will match the 704 KAR 3370. So all of the KAR language has been updated. We've corrected some language that she came across, and then the other change will be teacher self-reflections will be due on May 31st rather than August 15th. The reason for that is to allow them to do their self-reflection at the end of the school year for next school year rather than waiting 3 months through the summer and then trying to remember last school year. So those are the changes that we have made to the CEP.
I'll make a motion to approve the certified evaluation plan. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of approving the CEP, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item J, that's to consider early hire of the custodian position at the Renaissance Center.
We received the resignation of a retirement of our custodian at the Renaissance Center. Typically, we don't do an early hire for a custodian because you have other custodians in the building. At the Renaissance Center, it's a little different. It's the only one there. So we want to give the opportunity that the previous custodian can work with the new one before that retirement takes effect.
Make a motion.
A motion by Ms. Bard,
Second.
second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of the early hire for the custodian, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Item K is to consider posting an instructional assistant position at Greenville Elementary.
So talking with Mr. Jones at Greenville Elementary, they've looked at the increase in the number of students in Tier 2 and Tier 3 interventions, and so they would like to add an additional instructional aide position for the 26-27 school year to provide that extra support for their students. This position will be with their Title I funds.
Motion again?
Motion by Ms. Bard.
Second.
Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of approving the instructional assistant position for Greenville Elementary, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item L is to consider posting an instructional assistant 1 behavior behavior interventionist position at Longest for the 26-27 school year.
So Longest Elementary, Mr. Browning is here, to use site-based funds for their instructional assistant to serve as a behavior interventionist, to provide that targeted support, supervision, interventions for those students experiencing behavior challenges, teaching some positive behavior. So they want to have someone specifically for that as an instructional assistant, one behavior interventionist, and it is using their site-based funding.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of considering the instructional assistant one behavior interventionist for Longest, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item M is to consider posting a Title I certified teacher at Longest.
So again, with Longest Elementary moving from site-based funds to Title I funds, they're looking to hire a certified teacher to address academic needs, and they're basing that off of their already diagnostic results, just to make sure that students are performing at grade level. So they would request that using their Title I funds.
Make a motion to approve. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering the Title I certified teacher at Longest, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item N is to consider posting an instructional assistant one position at Muhlenberg County Middle School for the 26-27 school year.
Based off all these agenda items, you can tell we're right in the midst of hiring season. So that's why we're seeing several of these. So for this instructional assistant one position, this is a new position to where currently our Move Middle School is working with at our Renaissance Center. That's where that home is. But now they want to bring that to the middle school, so they actually have a staff at the middle school to work with that program. So that's what this instructional assistant one position would be. We typically in the MOVE program, just based off this year, anywhere from 30 to 40 middle school students and anywhere from 70 to 80 high school students. So this will take some of the pressure off of the ones working with our high school students and be actually housed in our middle school.
How they paying for this?
This is where's add-on? What funding?
General fund.
This is general.
It's general
Okay.
fund. Considering we get money back for each course they complete. So, yeah, it would more than pay for itself.
Thank you.
Need a motion to approve. A motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of approving the instructional assistant position at Muhlenberg County Middle School, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Item O is to consider bidding DOT physicals for the 26-27 school year.
So Kentucky does require that all school bus drivers have their annual DOT physical, and you see the KAR there that references, but this would be to bid out those DOT physicals, and then next month we'll bring those bids to you to approve.
Motion by Mr. Johar. Second. Second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of considering the bidding of the DOT physicals, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item P is to consider approving the MOA with the Kentucky Community and Technical College System.
This is our yearly MOA with KCTCS. This deals with all of our dual credit programs and classes for the 26-27 school year.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of approving the MOA with Kentucky Community and Technical College System, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item Q is to consider posting a maintenance tech one position.
So this position is a little different than what we've been doing in the past. We currently have a maintenance tech mowing crew individual who's not able to work currently. And so due to that, this is the position at the Parks and Rec. So that means the Parks and Rec currently does not have a staff member there taking care of the mowing. And so this would be an additional position that we currently don't have, but we need to have someone there to help them. Obviously, it's mowing season, and we've got all of the sports activities taking place there now. I don't want to get too much into, the condition of the one that's not able to be with us right now, but if that individual were to come back, then we would look at this again.
I noticed it was starting to get a little grown around there the
Yes.
other day, so I didn't realize all of that until this, but I'll make a motion to approve. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering the posting the maintenance tech one position, please say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Yeah.
Hear none?
Is that a position open?
That's what you can make it on.
Next one.
Oh, I knew John.
She's done them all. She's done them all, except driving a bus and that.
School counselor position.
So item R is to consider early posting of the school counselor position at Muhlenberg County Middle School.
So we have a resignation due to retirement at the middle school, one of our school counselors. That's effective November 1st, so it's going to go into the new school year. We're asking to go ahead and post and do an early hire on this position due to if we post that now, we're obviously going to have a higher pool or a larger pool of qualified applicants. If it's someone chosen within our district who may be currently a teacher or whatever the position may be, it also allows time for us to fill those positions and to provide on-site training for whoever the new individual may be.
Thank you.
Thank you much. I have a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Yonts. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering the early posting of the school counselor position at Muhlenberg County Middle School, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Thank you. So we're down now to item S, which is our superintendent contract pursuant to KRS 160.350. I'm gonna let Mr. Porter kind of tell you all, he was our board member that was selected to be a part of the process of our search for the next superintendent. As we know, Ms. Orr is retiring effective November 1st. So since that we've never had a mid-year retirement, we have, December 1st, sorry. November 30th is her last day. Anyway, we should know that by as many conversations as we've had. But anyway, the process is kind of tedious, and Mr. Porter, I was just going to kind of let him give you all a general overview of how we came to this decision and then share with you all who we have offered.
First off, I just want to say thank you to Miss Bridget Wells. She led the search for the board and did a phenomenal job. We also had a superintendent search committee that was elected by teachers, principals, PTO presidents. So there was 6 of us on that committee. It was chaired by Mr. Scott Blake, Central City principal. And so we reviewed all the applicants that came in. And a parent rep, sorry. And so we reviewed all the applications that came in. The superintendent search committee made a recommendation to the board on who should be interviewed, and then the board considered all of that, conducted the interviews, and have a plan.
I feel like we've had a lot of meetings, but.
We have had lots of meetings.
Yes.
We've taken it very serious.
So at this time, the board has chosen Mr. Brian Lyle as our next superintendent of Muhlenberg County School District, so we want to congratulate him. We were able to speak with him. We made a decision Sunday. We were here on Sunday at 3 o'clock, so we had some great candidates. At the end of the day, we chose Mr. Lyle, and we know that he will bring a lot of good things to this district. He's been here for 20 plus years. Middle school assistant and principal as well, teacher, you're a math teacher. So he's been here a long time, and we look forward to him moving to a different role in the central office. And we'll hold him to the fire, so for him. But anyway, we do have to in open meeting approve this contract. So I'm going to make a motion to approve the superintendent contract with Mr. Brian Lyle. And Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of the contract, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you. All right. And we will go to our board consent agenda items. And these are the approval of the minutes of the prior board meeting, consideration of field trip request, FMH policy memo, and proposed public season 2026-2027. We've all had a chance to review these in our packets. What? Yeah. Any questions on those items? If not, I'll need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Porter. Second. Second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of approving the board consent agenda items, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none, and we are down to adjournment.
Motion.
A motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none, and we are adjourned.